From mixed responses to the casting choice, to Pete's portrayal of Mirage considered an upgrade, this is what fans think of Pete Davidson being cast in Transformers. And honestly, their reaction is a mixed bag. What's the first thought that comes to mind when you hear that the King of Riz is in the new Transformers movie? When the news first broke, fans were not happy. One person tweeted that the Transformers franchise just lost Kanye West as a fan thanks to their casting choice. People also criticized Davidson because of his comedic style and overall screen presence, which some fans feel is too underwhelming. Don't even get them started on his sense of humor. One fan tweeted that they're already cringing at Pete's attempt at pulling off a funny Transformer, while another shared that they can already sense the Bay humor. Some fans even confessed that they don't understand why movies like adding unnecessary celebrities. One fan was so surprised over Pete's involvement in the movie that for a second, they didn't even believe he was part of the cast. How do you think the comedian will win them over? Do you think responding to criticism is a good idea? Or should he just let the movie speak for itself when it rolls out? Pete doesn't have to worry because some fans really like the casting choice. All it took was a sneak peek of the movie, which showed off Davidson's character in all its automotive glory. Now, how did this happen? I believe the 2022 Super Bowl had something to do with it. Viewers were treated to a small glimpse of the franchise's trailer. And get this, the trailer that was shown during the Super Bowl was a collaboration between the movie Transformers: Rise of the Beasts and Porsche. When fans heard a few snippets of Pete Davidson as the Transformers character Mirage, they had a change of heart. It seems the SNL vet won them over. Or if not won them over, they decided to give Davidson the benefit of the doubt and be hopeful for the new installment. One fan tweeted, "That new Transformers spot was cool." Another was pretty shocked that Pete Davidson actually does sound good as the voice actor of Mirage. In fact, the majority of fans felt relieved after watching the movie's teaser. They realized Pete will do a good job as a Transformer, instead of messing it up with what some people call cringe jokes. Plus, a ton of fans were proud of Pete being cast in the Transformers movie, with one commenting, "Dude stays winning." Did anyone see it in their tarot cards that the Bodies star would join the Transformers franchise? It's a welcome surprise, that's for sure. I'm sure the actor will do great in the movie. While I'm on the topic, what's the new movie about? Well, it's not like the rest of the Transformers movies, that's for sure. That's mainly because Transformers: Rise of the Beasts decided to shake things up. This movie is set in the 90s, and this time, we're dealing with a new species of Transformers altogether. That's right, people. The audience is going to enter completely uncharted waters thanks to the introduction of 3 subspecies factions: the Maximals, Predacons, and Terrorcons. Now, what makes these Transformer species so different? Well, they're not all made up of machines. Rather, they've got more animalistic appearances, since they can incorporate organic matter into their bodies. How cool is that? Early teasers hinted towards the storyline in Rise of the Beasts, which showcased massive battles and a delightful lineup of Transformers set to debut. Oh, and I can't forget about the glimpse viewers got of Pete Davidson as Mirage, the hologram projecting Autobot. It looks like he's slotting into the role that Bumblebee occupied back in 2018. Anyway, the movie seems super promising, and with its release set for the summer this year, you can bet fans are looking forward to the movie. It's important to note that the franchise's 7th installment is actually a direct sequel to the 2018 movie Bumblebee, which won fans and critics alike, thanks to its clever writing, setting, and amazing performances by the cast. If Transformers: Rise of the Beasts plays its cards right, it'll do just as well, if not better. Also, the movie trailer is anything but disappointing. In fact, the trailer is going to give you goosebumps. Now, will the movie live up to the epic standard that all the previous Transformers movies created? The trailer would like to think so because it's jam-packed with an exciting story. The trailer includes Anthony Ramos, Dominique Fishback, as well as Peter Cullen, who's reprising his voice role as Optimus Prime. Now, Ramos and Fishback have their hands full as they find themselves in the middle of a war between the Autobots, Optimus Prime, and the transformed beasts. But don't worry, when looking at the trailer, it's established that they'll likely act as allies for our two protagonists, because they've all got bigger threats to worry about. This is a movie you will not want to miss out on. Some fans think it might even turn the franchise's luck around. Its previous track record at the box office isn't amazing, but the trailer, and by extension the movie, seems like it's going to deliver. Plus, how cool is Pete Davidson's character Mirage? According to the trailer, the Autobot is able to create illusions, or well, mirages. When Noah, who's played by Anthony Ramos, was stuck in the driver's seat of the bot, Mirage created identical decoys of itself to hide from the cops. Now that we've established how great the trailer is, let's talk about the King of Staten Island for a second. Pete's known to take on more comic relief roles in movies, like the sarcastic best friend in a rom-com movie. So will the new Transformers installment change that? Let's take a look at all his previous acting gigs. The 28-year-old actor's been in a lot of movies, and they usually fall under the comedy genre. The guy is a comedian after all, so it works out for him. Pete's a Saturday Night Live alum, a gig he had for 8 years. Can you believe it? He made a name for himself on SNL. Not just because of the fun, varying sketches he pulled off, but he did something that most actors couldn't do: be themselves. Pete's got a knack for keeping his normal energy during sketches instead of embodying a character. And that's what set him apart from the other SNL actors. Was he really acting? Or was he just having a fun time on the set and throwing in a little improv now and then? After his time on SNL, Pete starred in the 2020 movie The King of Staten Island, which was a fictionalized version of Davidson's own life. In the movie, Pete has to get his life together once his mom starts dating a firefighter. Even though the movie's a comedy, it has an emotional element to it since it shows the audience a more sincere aspect of Davidson's life and performance, something people didn't get to see in his laid-back acting style for SNL. The movie is a great example of Pete's acting abilities. He's not just a funny sidekick. Rather, he can give a flawless, dramatic performance now and then too, which means he might just do justice to the role of Mirage in the new Transformers movie. But can we call Pete's portrayal of Mirage an upgrade? It's possible. Mirage has been around for quite some time in the Transformers world, and it'll be refreshing to see Davidson take it on. Did you know this isn't the first time we'll see the character on the big screen? He actually appeared in Transformers: Dark of the Moon and was voiced by Francesco Quinn. But his character design was quite different in that movie. The Autobot wasn't a sleek Porsche, but a Ferrari in the Bay timeline. Plus, the movie's set showed a pair of Porsches, confirming the Cybertronian Autobot retained his ability to duplicate himself, like in the original Transformers lore. Thanks to the trailer, the audience knows just how sweet his powers are. Also, it seems the character will have a much larger role this time around. Like I mentioned before, Mirage will take over Bumblebee's place in the Transformers franchise, and hopefully turn the franchise's luck around. So, from Pete's portrayal of Mirage considered an upgrade, to mixed responses on the casting choice, this was what fans thought of Pete Davidson being cast in the movie Transformers.